Scaster in, but just finishing it off, I want to say kudos to Squirrel and kudos to Mongol because they both own gold. We saw it, and then
Yeah.
they had a lot of resilience. They came out and they just kept playing, and that's that mental toughness that a lot of people don't talk about. Is that was
Hmm.
just pure mental toughness. And, kudos to Toucans and Soul Starfish for rounding them up because when you own gold, that it
Oh,
hurts
yeah.
so bad, especially in
Yep.
playoffs.
Yeah. A lot to analyze in the replays, but that is it for our Challenger finals. Thank you, Carnage, for joining me in the booth. And I believe we'll be throwing it to a quick break. And when we come back, I'll be joined by Boa, and we'll be bringing you guys the Elite Grand Final. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Season 19 RSC Grand Finals. We just wrapped up an amazing series in our Challenger division between between the Toucans and Slow Starfish, and now we bring you to the Elite division where we got Desolation and Azathoth. And for this series, I have the pleasure of being joined by Boa in the booth and Chip still running production. Boa, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing really well, and I just came off of streaming the Azathoth versus the Orcas, and the Azathoth looked incredible in that game, and they 4-0'd Orcas, which no one was expecting, and they could be looking at a four-peat here, which would be crazy. It'd be the first time it's happened in RSC for a 32-man group, so I'd love to see history being made.
Potential history for the side of Azathoth, and I mean, maybe in terms of potential upsets. Looking at Desolation here, I've been eyeing the chat here the whole time. I gotta give the advantage in terms of fan support to the Azathoth side, so hopefully the Event Horizon fam can come in and represent Desolation well. But either way, Bo, I'm just excited here for another potential 7 games between two of the top teams in the Elite Division.
Yes, I mean, we've seen a lot from both of these teams throughout the season. And another fact would be this would be the third championship for this Mythos. Third for Mythos here for this
Hmm.
season. And I mean that looks incredible for Tech 4 coming in. And all that I will say is who do you think is gonna win this?
Oh, I mean, last series I instigated. I went with the slow starfish and ended up being a toucans taking it. So this game, this match, yeah, I gotta represent Azathoth. I think I'm gonna believe in the four-peat here, Boa.
Yes, and I'm going with Azathoth as well because a little statistic for me: every time I have streamed a myth or been casting a Mythos game, Mythos has won. So I'd love to keep that going. And I mean, it's hard to say. Could we look at some of the stats for this team?
Some of those up there, and kind of taking a look at them compared to our challenger players. Well, sorry, team stats first, of course. Before I get to player stats, team stats pretty straight across the board there. Azathoth having the lead in wins and goals for and goals against. They're actually conceding more than Desolation here, and both teams having about the same shooting percentage. So very similar here, but I'd gotta give a slight edge to the Azathoth in terms of stats.
Yeah, I mean, they look incredible. Both teams, actually. I mean, it's almost like a line down the middle, which we've seen a lot in these finals. It just seems so even. But then whenever it comes to gameplay, which even in the gameplay, it has looked really similar. I mean, we've had multiple game sevens, like the AMI, which some other series as well. And it'd be great to see other thing. Could you see an upset coming out of this Desolation team?
Definitely, if you look at the saves there, right, that is the stats where it's Tessellation winning those. So more saves than the Azathoth, and also less goals against here. So, kind of just trying to read in from just these numbers, I feel like we got kind of a more defensive squad and a more aggressive squad. So we could see some, if we see some very solid defense out of Desolation, which leads to some solid counterattacks. That's how you can start to take games away from this lethal Mythos team.
Yeah, and I will give a shout out to my guy Buck who was on the stream with me earlier because he has two friends playing against each other here with Taco Stains and Flexi. And I'd love to go ahead and you want to go ahead and look at these player stats.
Oh, I think that's our challenger player stats here. See if we can't get the uh, elite stats there. Because I actually did notice that was comparing the challenger stats with the elite stats. The challenger players actually have better shooting percentages than the elite players there. Like Ahmed averaged 40%, and I think the highest player between both our sides and the elite side, I think was 34%. So, in terms of shooting, it seems to be a lot of, I hate to say it, quantity over quality, Boa.
Yeah, I mean I 100% agree with you there. There's multiple things that seem close here, but you're also gonna have to look at the other
I kid,
stat. I mean, you're hmm, go
204
ahead.
shots. Sorry, I said look at Wigan, 204 shots in 58 games, almost 4 shots per game, but with a 31% shooting percentage. And Taco Stains, 203 shots in 64 games, a 26% shooting percentage.
Yeah, but the only bad thing coming out that I'm looking, one thing is Desolation does not have a fourth man, and
Mm-hmm.
Azathoth has been putting theirs in pretty consistently. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's something you want to have as a good fourth man that you can rely on, and that's what it seems that Azathoth has. He didn't have to come out during the semifinals, but could we see a pop out here if they start to struggle a little bit?
Yeah, and I kind of want to talk about that as well. There, as Chad's pointing out too. Like, I think this is the first time I've ever seen an RSC lineup where their three players have actually been in every single game. Taco Stains, Yoza, and ACP. No matter what happens tonight, I think that's the most dedicated RSC roster I've yet to see.
Yeah, I mean, every game, not missing a single one is crazy. And then having the amount of like scoring percentages, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
as they do, and say like all across the board, they look amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
and that goes for both sides. Who do you think is going to be the star shiner on this Desolation team?
On Desolation, I'd gotta say ACP, and the reason why is the assists. It seems like all three players are pretty close in assists and goals, but ACP does have that slight lead there, and it looks to be like they're going to be the ones creating the plays for Taco Stains and Yosa to come in and get the finish. That's my prediction for the Desolation, and for Azathoth, I mean, you're looking at Wicked there, 65 goals in 58 games, and those like he's got double the shots of his teammate here. If he's not leading the attack for Azathoth, something's gone wrong. But what do you think, Boa?
I mean, like I said, I got to watch them play the semifinals, and there's not a single player on that Azathoth roster that can't go out there and make plays for themselves. I mean, I saw Gizmo with multiple bump plays, Flexi going through, and he made solo plays. Wicked doing the exact same thing. I unfortunately did not get to see Dev- Devoril play at all because he didn't have to get subbed in, but I'm assuming that he can make plays himself because, I mean, in 32 games, he has 29 goals. That's almost a goal per game, which looks incredible on a stat line.
I've also been reading chat this whole time here. I'd say there's some very passionate Yoza fans or Woza fans. So, according to chat, they've been stepping up big time here all season, and big time players are the ones you want to see perform in your playoffs, in your grand finals. Because this is it, right? We could just have 4 more games. We could go all the way to 7. We don't know yet. What we can only say is just how these teams have been playing throughout the season. And the Azathoth, they've been doing a lot of 4-0s. I'm not quite sure the Desolations, or sorry, Desolations journey here to the grand finals. I'm not quite sure how those matchups went, but from what I've been hearing, it's definitely Azathoth favored.
Yeah, and I think if you're ready, I'm about ready to get into this game. I'm excited to
Mm-hmm.
see what we're going to see.
Gotta get into it. We can't keep the players iced for too long, right? We want to see some game one fireworks. Last series, so many bumps, so many demos. This game, I'm expecting a lot of shots and a lot more plays off the backboard and passing plays in the air. But we'll just have to see what they bring tonight and when they can continue to bring. Our first kickoff is underway.
And we're seeing Taco Stains versus Flexi, the two people who know each other, going up face against each other in every kickoff. And I mean, you're seeing this constant back and forth right now between both players on each side, and that's what we're going to be seeing a lot here. It's going to be like tennis matches in a way, and it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a great series. I can already tell.
We'll have to see who will open the scoring here. A dry opening 30 seconds. Desolation with a bit more pressure. And our first demo. Wicket onto Taco Stains. Whoa! Wicket going fly by that ball as ACP turns it around, and the pass up to Yoza gets cut out by Gizmo. Back into Taco Stains. Like you said, a bit of a back and forth tennis match. Favored to Desolation so far. Team to get chances, just not quite on net, I have to say here. ACP go for a bounce shot. Gizmo last back. Nice collection there, and keeping it going off their own backboard.
Yeah, I mean, you're just seeing constant back and forth between these two teams, and I mean, Flexi's ending up in the air, ready to go for it, and this team has such good cues. I mean, any team that's been on this Mythos roster, all of the time, I don't see many mistakes in their rotation. It seems like they have proper coaching or something going on there. Maybe it's the GM, maybe it's one of the players, but they do really well together. And as I say that, Flexi in there to score with Gizmo. And as I said earlier, any one of these players can come out here and have a great game and play well.
Let's check there from ACP's perspective. Just caught unawares there. So much boost in the tank, but a bit slow on the hop. And as you said, Flexi opening the scoring there. Nice little placement. This kickoff, though, could go the way of Desolation. No, they can't turn around fast enough. It's Gizmo trying to center it for the opposing team. Taco Stains look to dunk that one out. Ball's high in the air for Wicked to go for a shot. Bomb corner again, the same spot, and it works.
And there's Wicked coming out, like you said earlier, coming out being that offensive player as well. I mean, they don't have a solidified number one. It just seems like this is going to be either, unless this team of Desolation can turn it around, this does not look good for them.
There is still plenty of time in this game and this series for them to turn things around. And I think they did have the lead in pressure in the opening minutes, just kind of fallen away from them. Have to see what kind of changes and adaptations they can make. It's Yoza just goes for a long shot. Gotta be careful with those. Want to see more control, but a miscue from Flexi, and Yoza punishes their own pass. A crazy sequence of events there.
Yeah, I mean, there was one of those few miscues that we were talking about. It hardly happens, but when it happens, it can be dire. I mean, you never want to mess up, but when you do, you need to make sure you own up to those mistakes.
Oh, kickoff. Nope, okay, not quite. Taco Stains back, pinching it. It's on to Flexi, who whiffs it. It's Taco Stains in a 1v1 against Gizmo. Great beat, though, put off the backboard to themselves, and they take the lead back 3-1 now for Azathoth.
And I'm not sure if I saw that right, but it looked like that could have been an own goal by Yoza. Kinda was, but I mean, it was going in either way because Gizmo was on top of that ball, and they did make up for that goal that they messed up earlier. And could we see a kickoff, but not quite? And
we will.
I know coming up here, yeah.
Yep, I mean, we will. You asked the question, and as soon as I saw the demo and the second player commit, I was like, oh, yep, we're getting this one. Yep.
Which I will ask a question to you. What do you think this Desolation team needs to do? What the momentum's going?
Gotta slow it down. Right now, they're getting just outsped to it, and they're letting Azathoth set the pace. They have to find more openings here and stop giving the ball away. And starting with the kickoffs here, Flexi flexing their mechanics there. It's 5-1 for Azathoth, but Boa, you asked me what they need to change. First off, these kickoffs. Stop conceding possession, go for a loss to your own corner, and once you have possession, that's when you can start to dictate the pace, because I feel like right now they're getting drawn into a speed battle, and they're losing.
And I do see in the chat where people are calling a 4-0 sweep out of this team. I hope not. I mean, I do want them to win, but I'd love to see a competitive series coming out. I mean, it would be a great way to 4P, though, getting a 4-0 victory. But, I mean, you want Azathoth to win, too, but would you want to see it like that? And what a whiz.
Oh, of a shot. Big whiffs of both sides. Now Wicked will actually center it for Flexi. Get a little ghost touch there. It's going to come across now for Gizmo. Gone over them. A doink over to ACP to try to pinch it off the sidewall. Trying to set up a teammate. Taco Stains will go for a wild shot. Ball bouncing above the net. And now Gizmo will try and clear this out. Hits it right into Yoza. Going for two. Can't find it. Taco Stains open net shot. Whiffed. ACP shot blocked by Wicked. It's an open net the other way. Flexi just needs to walk this one in. Can't quite do so. The pinch down and the bump on the goal line keeps us to 5-1. Either way, Azathoth are doing a lot of work here and maintaining a huge lead in game one.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking rough. I mean, they got to score within the next 20 seconds, I feel, if they want a chance of coming back. You know, anything can happen, but it's really hard to come back from that many points in under a minute. But we'll have to just see how the game plays, and what a nice team bump right there. Taco Stains cleared out Wicked. And this is just looking very one-sided, honestly. I hate to use that phrase, but that's the only word I can think of for it.
I will say it's been one-sided and at times also very close, right? Desolation has now had a lot of chances to attack here. They're trying to center, they're trying to go for bumps, they're not driving home the point on net here. We see another pass from Taco Stains to ACP, but the shot too soft, gets cleared out. Now 3v2 the other way, right? So Desolation, they're getting a chances to attack. It's not a complete blowout, but they need to clean these things up, or else Azathoth will just continue to run away here and outshoot and outscore them.
Yeah, I mean, right there, there should have been multiple scoring possibilities right there. ACP had that soft touch earlier, but then you just see this offense coming out. And could we see a Brazil? If they mess up kickoff, we could see a Brazil coming out of game 1.
I really hope not. It's a pretty tough way to start a series there, either losing an OT or going and getting Braziled. This kickoff might not matter for the game, but it will matter for morale. Flexi against Taco Stains, and uh-oh, it goes towards Wicked. He's got a full tank, he's got possession, he's going up the sidewall, the ball gets away from him though. 3 seconds, can Desolation hold on, prevent the trip to Brazil? The ball's gonna come down, no, it stays up. Flexi really wants this one, it's coming down now, and it does so. We're not going to Brazil. We are going to a game 2 off of an Azathoth commanding win.
Yeah, I mean, commanding is an understatement. You look at the shots differential, it's just crazy. 5 to 9. When you have that much of a spread and only one of them hitting for Desolation, you're never going to win in that case. I mean, you hate to say words like that, but there's no other way to put it.
I mean, pretty great performance there from all the players there. I was actually kind of surprised there. You know, I was kind of chirping on all the players before the game, right? Saying none of them really have crazy shooting percentages. But look at these ones there. Flexi, 3 for 3. Gizmo, 2 for 4. Wicked, 1 for 2. So, very high conversion rate. And Bo, you asked me what Desolation needs to change. I'm going to reflect that question back to you. What does Desolation need to do in Game 2 to turn the momentum around?
Forget that game.
True. True. Delete the VOD, wipe the last 5 minutes, but
go into replays, get rid of it, and really, it looks like they just need to change around how the game's going for them. They need to start picking it up more towards themselves, start to work more as a team, and close that rotation pattern. Because you saw that's what happened a lot, is there'd be an open net, or one of them get bumped, and then the other one's too far away to get to it.
And I want to say kickoffs, right? We saw long stretches of that game where it was pretty back and forth between both sides, but then also stretches where Azathoth just shot after shot, goal after goal. So in Game 2 here, can Desolation start to clean things up? Or will Azathoth start to run away with this series? Looks to be Flexi running away with the solo play almost. Defense already scrambling to keep these balls away.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been bad coming out of here to see another kickoff goal. I'm glad we didn't. Hold up. Okay, I'm glad we did not see that. But, bad touch there. But I'm glad we didn't see that, because that would have been a horrible way for this team to start. And, I mean, you know, mental is one of the biggest parts of Rocket League. The hardest thing to overcome is your own mind. So, having that happen would have been detrimental to the mental. So I was glad we did not see that.
Yo's almost finding it, but cleared away for Taco Stains, and yeah, momentum. That's the weird thing with Rocket League, right? There's no series advantage, there's no map advantage that carries over like other esports. It's just always momentum. And so when you get blown out in Game 1, 6-1, you don't want to get scored on in the opening seconds of Game 2, and they've done that. They've gone through the first minute, they've solidified their defense. Now they need to find attacking opportunities and not give up too many plays in their own half.
Yeah, I mean, it's going back and forth like it did at the beginning of the first game. So maybe we see it continue. Taco Stains is the only one back, and he is able to save that. But you don't want to see somebody go down bad. But it's hard to look at it any other way, because this is a reflection of the first game. You're going to see that team start to peter out at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which we're closely approaching. And you never want to peter out when you have the pressure that they're getting. I mean, they're staying on it really well.
Big bump.
And go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just commenting on that big bump. You're making a beautiful point there. It's Desolation doing so much work here. They're staying on top of the ball and being tested and holding firm. 2 minutes gone by, still 0 goals for either side here. Azathoth is leading the shots slightly, as Desolation's been kind of stuck in their own half, now breaking out and looking for passes to themselves. I want to see some more control there, see some more passing plays or solo plays directed on net here. Otherwise, Azathoth will just continue to punch here. What a little doink from Flexi here. Tries to get some bumps too. Can't quite find them. ACP, a little awkward. Going for some doinks, going for some dribbles. Bumped it over one. Yoza, 0 boost. Attempts to throw themselves at the ball. Can't get the connection. Togglestain's low boost as well. Now, the 100 spawning in clutch. Can't get through the halfway point. It's Gizmo keeping this one in.
Which we did just approach that time, but they started to peter out last time, so we'll see if it changed up from last game or if it's going to be the exact same. And they do put a shot on target, so it does look like they're going to try and keep this pressure going the entire time. But as I say that was a great push there by Flexi, and they're keeping it going. And a pass back to Gizmo, and good defense. Goes by himself in the air.
Oh boy, Gizmo, not the best touch here. Someone makes it work, the dunk on, and Flexi left it. Flexi drove away for boost, did not see the ball. Now Yosa's going for a dribble. They beat two. It's almost an open stretch, but Gizmo recovers back and is getting some clears through.
And they're playing like so well on both sides of the ball. Just really well rotation-wise. Like we said, they needed to fix that, and they have done so far. And you're just seeing both sides come out. And that's a goal right there by Yoza, placing that perfectly where no one could get to it. That is just amazing.
3 cars from Azathoth dove for that one, and they could not get the connections there. A first goal for Yoza in game 2, a first for Desolation. They have themselves a lead. Massive improvement over game 1, but can they hold it? And they're winning kickoffs as well. We're seeing some huge changes from them. Now Gizmo is walking the wrong way here. The ball's bouncing across their own net, and no one from Desolation was in a position to put that one away, but they're maintaining pressure now.
Oh, and that is a great clear there. Could we? And Flex is going up for it. I mean, this is just a great back and forth presence for both sides. It's going to be fun to see which way this goes in the end. Could we see overtime? Could we see last second? Because we are in the last minute of the game, so whatever happens now has to happen now.
Waterfall down. Oh, okay, it's who will be the one to try and tie things up for Azathoth. You gotta be looking at Wicked. Flex is gonna have a great game 2 here. No! The defense caught out of position, and it's Flexi to tie it up.
And we do have 35 seconds here, folks. We could see go overtime, or we could see final seconds go.
I want OT, man. No kickoff goals, please. To make it this far would be heartbreak for Desolation.
Yeah, I mean, they've improved so much from that last game, as we already talked about. And I thought something was about to come from that right there, which would have been sad. But we've seen so much improvement just from the last game. It seems like they've finally found their footing against this team.
Oh.
And could we see it right now?
Ooh!
Wicked not jumping for that. I don't know what happened, but that is a great goal there by ACP, the person that you said they needed to look out for the most.
Oh, yeah. Gizmo must have been called off by Wicked there. Confusion in front of the net, and Desolation strikes. Azathoth have won the kickoff, though. It'll be Flexi trying to center it for Gizmo. Just jumping in here for a fast shot on the backboard. But Yosa's got the breakaway. It's an open net. They get the demo here. Body on the line, and Togglestain's 3-1 for Desolation.
An amazing play there. I will say I do admire Azathoth right there for putting everything on the line. They only had one goal, or they only had one up, so they needed to try and tie it up to get into overtime. They put everything on the line. It didn't work out, but you still got to admire that spirit. Knowing what you have to do is something that a lot of teams don't know. So
beautiful words.
That is a game
the
for
mentality
Desolation.
you need to have, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much you lose the game by. You gotta try and just get the games, tie things up. Azathoth, they attempted that, but the Desolation defense and the counterattacks this time were so much better than game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did exactly what we said they needed to do. Closed up their rotation a little bit, started winning the kickoffs, and they definitely forgot about that first game. I mean,
Huh? Even series now, 1-1. Didn't think we'd get here after game 1, but they did close it up, as you said, Boa. And I'm very curious to see what will happen now in game 3, right? We're starting to get deeper in the series. Both teams are starting to measure their opponents, get into system, get into rotation, and we'll have to see what changes they're making between game to game, and really who is consistently stepping up. Last series, we saw Ahmed, we saw Chicken. This series, we're still not quite sure yet who's going to be that star player, but I feel like everyone has had their moments of brilliance.
Yeah, I mean, we see it again that I mean, they have a three-headed beast really for Azathoth. Anybody could come out there and be that who they need to be. And then you see Desolation coming in there. They started to show that they do as well with Yoza, ACP, and Talker Stains having an amazing game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just going to be a matter of fact of who can pick up the controller and who can control the pitch.
Shout out to all the keyboard mouse players, by the way. We know we're not biased here at RSC, controller and KPM. We gotta represent the minority. You never know.
I guess you don't.
Okay, Game 3 action underway. No kickoff goals this time. We love to see that. The same defense as before, and it's Desolation trying to get possession back here. It's a little bit back and forth here. No team really having the lead and pressure.
Yeah, I mean, no team is. I mean, it's like we say at the beginning of each of these games have been just a back and forth tennis match.
Mm-hmm.
Going back and forth, just nobody having a major lead. And Wicked should spawn right about now.
Ooh.
And another demo. It looks like a demo heavy or buff heavy playstyle coming out right now. Luckily, Gizmo was able to pick up there where his teammate got bumped, but Talker Stains got bumped as well. He's able to recover.
Oh,
jeez.
jeez.
There's some aggression coming out right now. I don't know what was said. I didn't read the chats, but it looks like somebody's mad.
I mean, yeah, this is getting heated. 3 demos in the opening minute alone. Possibilities for more here as players just full setting him. Now, big pass up. The ACP flies right by here. It's Yoza trying to center for Taco Stains, but Wicked is there with the read. Some space being given, conceded as Flexi gets a big beat in the corner here. A double commit from Desolation. Gotta be careful with those as they now get a beat. It's ACP trying to get it around that they can't though. The first touch too wide. Could have been the first goal for Desolation, but the touches just aren't quite ironed out yet. Now a passing play blocked by a backwards Gizmo.
And Wicked is taking it down the field. Could we see?
Oh!
Oh, just, I know that hurts to see right there. He had it perfectly and then just barely hit the top of the crossbar. But Flexi and Talker Stains able to recover from the net. And Demo again. I mean, they're just playing street ball at this point.
Oh, big beat. Yeah, it's getting messy in the streets here. Wonderful to see an executioner here as it's an open net. Oh, 2 cars from Desolation fly right by. Now it's Wicked back the other way. ACP, big beat. Gizmo last back, kind of struggling with it here. The 50, he gets faked out. ACP scores again.
ACP coming out here, I mean, I can't say anything, but you called it. He's been that playmaker here for this team. They've undeniable for ACP.
Oh, man, Gizmo smarting at that one. 2 games in a row now. It's Desolation with the lead, but we could see a first kickoff goal here. Oh my God! I think ACP just flew by my window. That was a crazy fake.
That he went flying. I mean, I know your first thought is, okay, I gotta stop this, but I mean, he went to Brazil, just without the score, I guess.
He went right to map 4 there. That was a huge fake.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy the way they did that, and almost a goal right there. But we're seeing just really good play from both sides. They tied it up again. Could we see continuation like game 2, or do you think this is going to be in favor of Azathoth?
So hard to say. This has been so back and forth. Desolation, as you said, had a great open net here, and Flexi almost getting tricky with it. Gizmo, great 50 though. Both sides are just bringing out wild balls. You're like, what is that? 2 cars back from Desolation, but no one got the touch.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible from both sides. But I mean, that pass play was amazing. Flexi, good job staying on the ball, not giving up on the play, and then Gizmo catching what he's about to get past. And a bad kickoff there. We haven't seen that all night from Azathoth, really and truly. I mean, that could have been bad if somebody stayed on the ball. And we've seen another push go down, and that has not been in favor of this Desolation team.
Yeah, I mean, they're still far. It's within reach, right? Just a 1-goal game, but it feels like they're starting to kind of scramble a little bit here. They're getting desperate almost. Like they have so much time and so much space. I don't know why they're panicking, and Azathoth seems to be taking advantage of it so far. We'll try and see a passing play from ACP, but they found the wrong team. It's cut out now down to Yoza trying to beat players in the corner, but they end up passing it back to Gizmo. Desolation is just they're passing it the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see this come out, but even though it's a 1-score game right now, it feels like it's pulling further and further apart. Not just because of the time, but like it feels like it's more than a 1 goal.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean the way that this Azathoth team is just playing so calm, cool, and collected with each other, and it seems like they're acting frantic even though they still have a whole minute of play left.
Oh, I mean, gotta see plays like that though. ACP just throwing themselves at the ball with 0 boost. Long shot attempt from Taco Stains gets the dunk on. A chance now for Desolation, tie things up in the closing seconds. Ball's gonna waterfall down. Flexi will clear it out back to Taco Stains, pushing us off the stick for Yoza's shot. Defense there. Flexi, a huge save.
This is looking bad, honestly. I mean, you never want to say that with 30 seconds left and it only being 1 goal, or 2 goals, my bad. But but you never want to say that. But with that second goal right there, I mean, it seems more out of reach than it was before.
Oh boy. I mean, it is mathematically possible, right? There is chances, but we know Azathoth has had the advantage in kickoffs. We'll have to see here. They do follow it through, but it goes right to Gizmo. And with 20 seconds left, we need to see heroics if Desolation wants to tie this one up. Game 3, though, right? We have to keep in mind the series as a whole. In terms of momentum, you're favoring Desolation. Sorry, in terms of momentum, you're facing Azathoth, but Desolation, this is not how they want to bow out in Game 3 after they turn things around in Game 2. Will we see one last second goal here? Pinch play attempt. Ball comes down. 3-1 Azathoth take Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2-1 going towards Azathoth, and I hope that Desolation can turn this around, but you never... I mean, this Azathoth team looked so calm. Each one of them having 3 shots apiece, and then you look at Desolation, only one of them even having 3, the other one having 2, and then Taco Saints coming out with 0 shots on goal, which isn't a good recipe. They had 5 saves apiece, but I mean, 4 of the shots that Azathoth took didn't hit the mark. I mean, only one of them didn't hit the mark, and the rest of them got saved. So if they didn't get saved, they were scored, and I still got to talk about that fake. It just popped up behind us.
Oh,
Gizmo faking ACP. That was incredible. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I don't think anyone did.
No, like you mentioned this, Bo. So, and it's again, you have to point these things out there. Like the pressure that Azathoth built off that fake goal is what won them this game here. Like Desolation felt like 2 different teams before and after that fake.
Yeah, I mean, it hit them into another headspace. I mean, the mental went down the drain. It felt like there was no. It honestly felt like they were not going to win after they gave up that fake.
We have seen them battle back from a 6-1 deficit in Game 1. Or sorry, a 6-1 loss in Game 1 to take Game 2. Will they have a repeat performance here to tie the series up, or will Desolation concede game here and Azathoth will move up to their first of 3 match points? Let's see here how Game 4 plays out.
And I mean, the maps have been different, of course, and some people say that they will play better on other maps, but defense there. How do you feel about the different map playing differently?
I mean, I was playing Rocket League before this map even existed, and when it first came out, I don't know, Bo, if you were also here back in the day. No time for that! Flexi solo play here on the beautiful map!
What a goal there. He's been showing off his mechanics throughout this whole night, even in the previous series that I was streaming. I mean, he's been on fire all night.
Let's see here if they could pop off. I'll share my anecdote about the map later, because there's a funny story with this map about when it first came out here. I don't know if I'll get a chance, though, as Wicked trying to get through the midfield. Taco Stains a long bomb. Bump plays from Desolation, but no one's really touching the ball here. Yoza is not the best touch, though. Somehow Taco Stains will come away with it.
And I mean, it's seeming very inconsistent the way they're playing. It looks
Oh,
nothing like the team we saw in the second game.
oh,
Oh, what a save there by ACP though. But it does not look like the same team that Desolation we saw in game 2. But this team from
oh, double.
Azathoth has looked the exact same. I mean, I think they look even better. I mean, other than
Mm-hmm.
game 2, they have been incredible tonight. And
Back.
and you know as well as I do, consistency is the biggest
Oh,
thing in Rocket League, and that
oh.
oh my, ACP looking like a prime goalie right now.
Like Prime Yashin in the old World Cup days of actual soccer here. Azathoth, though, maintaining their lead. Desolation only one shot to their name, and yeah, they've definitely resumed their pace in game 1. Not as many goals, though, so it's certainly within reach for Desolation. They're fighting in this game, not giving up any inches and going for bumps, going for demos, but again, just not
Ooh.
getting shots on net and dicing up the defense like they should be. They're, in fact, they're getting demoed, and Toggle Stains flipped out for a boost. Has to scramble back, gets a good bump, though, to actually break up the attack and now go the other way.
Yeah, I mean that was an incredible bump. He knocked up Flexi, and that made him miss. I feel like it was definitely going in if he doesn't touch him there.
Could see this one go in as Gizmo put it off the backboard for Wicked. Nice little doink from Yoza. 2 cars up now for Desolation, but Flexi handling it well. And now, oh, ACP with a big waterfall down here, centering it again, but Flexi getting a demo on the back player means there's a lapse in the attack. Azathoth continue to hold on to their 1-goal lead.
Which, I mean, that's all they need to do. They could, I know whenever they played against Orcas, they were starting to turtle after they had a comfortable lead and a double miss there. But, I mean, they definitely should have capitalized right there, but they do not. And, I mean, I don't know how to say, like, I mean, what they were doing against Orcas is they would turtle after they got that goal lead.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like that's what they're starting to do now. They're not trying to push as heavy. They're trying to. Never
Push
mind.
that one in. I see what
I just
you're
need to be
doing here,
quiet.
Bo. I see what you're doing.
Caster curse. What is that?
I was gonna say, I'm reading the script here. We can see what you're doing, and Azathoth is feeling it. Like you said, they turtle up, but then when they get the chance, they strike like vipers and score fast and quick, violently. In fact, now a minute 30 left to go here in game 4, and it's looking like another Azathoth win unless we see someone from Desolation step up. ACP now going for a dribble play, gets the 50 over. It's Taco Stains trying to get this one fall through as well, but the defense is too solid.
What I like to call this team, like how they're playing. I mean, I'm down from Georgia, and what we have around here are called snapping turtles. That seems like a perfect name for how they're playing. They're getting in their pin, but whenever they get messed with, they're hitting them with that snap. And that was a great goal there by Yoza and Taco Stains, trying to take this deficit down. I mean, it's still 1 goal down, but all they need is 1 goal to take it to overtime. That'd be a great thing to see.
A single goal, and they're even in shots, almost actually even in shots, even in saves. Just the 1 goal separating these 2 teams, and the kickoffs, which have been favoring Azathoth. But it's ACP off the kickoff here. Got 2 beats. It's up for Taco Stains. Get the shot here. They got the beat as well. Shot is just wide. But Yoza with the follow-up. It's open. It's over. It's almost going in. Oh my god. I thought the save was going to come through, but it's tied up.
That was almost horrible on the end of Taco Stains. He did miss right there, and that could have been bad if Gizmo would have gotten that pinch off.
The snapping turtles have been fished out of the water here. It's 56 seconds left. Tied up now. But the kickoffs, again, going to Azathoth. Let's see, though. It's Desolation with pressure now.
Double commit there, but it works out really well. And it hits the curvature of that ceiling, and it messed up the touch. Flexi was getting ready to read the wall, but the wall read him, I guess. But, I mean, you know, could have bad to be a bad miscue right there, but Wicked's able to recover. And you see, like, they are not going to give up right here.
Oh, no.
Desolation is going to keep pushing through as much as they can. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but I'm here for it. I'd love to see these competitive series. I've been part of it from last Wednesday to this past Monday.
Oh.
All of them have looked so good, and that would have been, I was a little over top of the of Wicked, and we are going to overtime.
Oh,
And
are we?
Are we?
Are we? Oh! Scooped out from the goal line, and now Gizmo the other way
Are we
goes for a
going to-
shot. Taco
are we
Stains
going?
keeping this high above the air. It's in a dangerous spot. Wicked will go for a shot. It comes down
No.
overtime.
We are going to overtime, folks. That was probably the most intense lead up to an overtime that I've ever been a part of. I mean, had a almost in the goal fully shot from ACP, and that got saved by Wicked with an amazing play. And then they almost turned it around on them, which would have been that would have hurt horribly to almost score, and then it gets turned around on you with 0 seconds left.
Oof. I would have been heartbroken for them for certain here, as this overtime is continuing the crazy pace of regular time here. Whifty, whoa, crazy action here. Gizmo backwards, pops it up for the opposite team. Yoza tries to push us off the sidewall. We're kind of in a deadlock here in the corner. Really no one able to push this through. Finally going the other way. It's Wicked against Taco Stains here. Not the best clear, though. A chance for Flexi to tie things up with a pass. No! Almost tidying up game 4, but we stay alive here. Almost a minute of OT gone by.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, we're in like a deadlock. It's very similar to how the games have been starting for both of these teams. Just very back and forth. They're trying to fill each other out again. Because, I mean, after you've gotten through a whole time of regulation and still playing because of overtime, you're not playing the same. You're warmed up. You're used to each other's play style. So you change it up a little bit, and you could find yourself on the inside of that net.
Yoza with a little dribble here. Gets beat out, though. Ball on the midfield line. Wicked back in ACP. Used all their boosts just to get it up. Now needs to fall down and get it out of there. As Taco Stains will look to maintain pressure here. Oh, bit of mistouch there from Gizmo. Ball's going to come across the net. Wicked is struggling. Yoza flying in, but the cars are being in front of it. Taco Stains goes for a shot from a tight spot, and Flexi's save comes through. Desolation are cracking on the backboard, but not on net. And now a chance the other way as ACP will try and clear across the net right into Flexi, who almost puts that one on.
Yeah, and ACP has been playing. He's not sitting up right now. He's making sure he's that defensive player because he knows that he can stop this push as he's been doing previously. So it is very cool to see him just sitting back, staying collected. And as I say that, Wicked almost slots that into the goal, but they are able to hold off again. The pressure coming in right now is incredible. And Cicero, I mean, we've seen them play. This is going to be 3 games now, the 3rd game right now. What do you think is going to be the biggest key to taking the series home for either team?
Gonna be boost management here as Desolation are being suffocated out now, finally getting a chance there. Boost management over time is how you break down pressure, because both sides' defense have looked clean. The shots continue to pour in, and so the side that finds themselves unable to respond first will be the ones to concede.
Yeah, I completely agree. Boost management is one of the biggest things. I mean, we know, or I don't know if you do, but Flexi, he uses a lot of boost. He will gobble it up as much as possible because he knows, like, as long as he's using it, the other team doesn't have it. So,
yeah. Love to see boost denial of stat. Very rarely mentioned, but one that is so important here. Gizmo trying to be heroic there. Shot will be just wide. Yoza take it too long. Gets punished by Wicked here. They double demo, but the ball's in a big spot for Flexi. Trying to pass it towards a teammate. ACP's clear. We right into the waiting arms of Wicked on the spawn. Now so much boost. Going for the double touch. The double block is in. ACP with the demo. We keep alive in no time.
and Flexi clears it over Yoza, and Wicked down spikes. And ACP, Gizmo, turns, and that is an open goal right there for Gizmo. You know, I was worried because sometimes even the pros miss that, so I wanted to wait to make sure he scored it.
Huge bump there from Flexi, clearing the way, and Gizmo punching their ticket into the first of 3 match points. It's not a complete reverse sweep, but Desolation will have their work cut out for them now.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3-1 right now. They got to change something around, or else it's the end of their season. I mean, you never want to talk about it like that, but there's no other way to say it.
And Azathoth on the verge of the 4-peat. We were chatting about this before the game. 4 seasons in a row in the Elite Division. That is an insane streak, especially considering how many teams there are and how often rosters can change up there. So Azathoth looking to really represent Mythos here and give them a record they can certainly be proud of and probably hold on to for some time.
Yeah, I mean, all four of those would be coming under Tech, and Tech coming into the season, he's going to be his last, unfortunately, as GM. But I mean, that'd be a great parting gift, being the first team to ever four-peat in a 32-man or 32 team tier. I mean, that's a great parting gift, as well as this would be his third chip for this season. I mean, he won his personal one in Prospect. The Amy team won, and if they win, this would be the third one for currently. So that'd be great.
So yeah, successful season for the team and for the organization as a whole. The franchise certainly backing them now, the favorites 3-1 in this best of 7. But Desolation, they have kept things super close for so long of this series. It just slips away from them each time. They are not out of this. They just have to keep their heads in the game and look to punish here right off the first kickoff.
Yeah, I mean that they look very aggressive, and by aggressive, I don't mean like they have in the past 3 startups or 4 startups. They look even stronger right now. They look like they're here to punish. And that was a great demo there by AC or Wicked to get rid of ACP, who's been their biggest thorn in the side of this Azathoth team. I mean, he's definitely been struggling. Even right then, just breaks up the pass. Which I mean, like I said, he's been the biggest thorn, but who's been the biggest contributor to this Azathoth team?
I mean, Flexy, look at that, diving in for demos. They are clearing the way here and going for great. Like that last game, right? They had the solo plate open the scoring and the bump in overtime to close the game. They're contributing in every category on the field.
Yeah, I mean, like, the biggest question is going to be really hard of who the MVP is. To be fair, I mean, it's hard to say who the MVP will be for either of these teams.
Tech 4. That's who the MVP is.
Just because he's a fellow caster doesn't mean we can pick him.
Okay. Just had to check. Scoreless opening 90 seconds here in Game 5. Could this be the deciding match for the series? We'll have to see here, as both teams really not racking up too many shots. It's very back and forth. Those tennis matches we keep talking about, Boa.
Yeah, I mean, many sports you can compare it to, but tennis is definitely the most. I mean, right there, just hitting it over the top side, hit it back over the top. I mean, just back and forth. Clearly, both teams are at an equilibrium right now. Just
double. Sorry, you were chatting about the equilibrium there. I sort of cut you off there, Bo, but it is very back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it's just going to boil over at the top, and you're going to see a great output from both sides. I hope that this team of Desolation can turn it around, and a great demo there by Yoza. Unfortunately, not able to finish it as well. But we see ACP going up. He misses, and Flexi there with a great pass. Unfortunately, no one's able to receive it because it does get stopped by Yoza and Taco Stain. But, I mean, it's looking incredible and a great shot there. But Taco Stain, their defense has been really good as a team, not just ACP this game. It's been Taco Stain, Yoza, and... as I say his name.
As you say his name, it's Yoza going off the ceiling with the waterfall down, and ACP just full speed charging in there. And Desolation, this is what you need. You dropped Game 3, you dropped Game 4 in OT, you've opened the scoring in Game 5. Hold on, maintain the pressure here, and keep this series alive.
Yeah, oh, great bump there.
CP,
he's able to save it. And this team looks great defensively and offensively too now. We finally see the first points go on the board. And oh my gosh, would have been an amazing play there by Flexi. And it's still an amazing play. Can they save it? And it's just in the reach of Taco Stains. Any more right, and it would have been a goal. But
he shoots it on his own net! Oh no! Oh no, Wicked! The wrong net, my friend!
And a great pass there by Taco Staines. Wicked able to finish it perfectly over Gizmo. And, I mean, definitely a miscue. Maybe a little colorblind or something. I'm not sure. But it was a great goal, to be fair. It's on the wrong side.
Oh, will we see a third one here off the kickoff? No, Wicked there. But the whole Azathoth side are running out of boost and missing touches. Wicked forced to just push this one away and actually now maintains possession, picks up the hunt, tries to get some demos. A bit awkward for this Desolation side who were gifted a second goal, possibly the goal-ahead goal, if they could just hold on defensively. Azathoth are pumping up the pressure like they did in previous games, but for now, it's Desolation remaining impervious.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really good for this team. A great pick-me-up compared to the other games they've had. I mean, that have been really close. If they can maintain this 2-0, 3-0 lead, I mean, they have really good momentum going into the next game.
Oh, yeah, they've got real good momentum, especially if they can keep up the scoring here. I think if they actually don't concede any goals, that'll be bigger here. If you can go a whole game and prevent your opponents from scoring, that really can irritate them and help give you extra momentum in those future games.
Yeah, I mean, momentum is one of the scariest things in this game. It's almost like pretty much like real sports for the momentum wise. You have that going in, you are gonna get a lot. So
another beat, almost. Is that in? No, almost a fourth one for Desolation, who are just turning things up another notch here in Game 5. And at this point, I mean, we are going to be going to that Game 6. Let's see something absolutely insane from the Azathoth players here as Desolation will look to hammer their lead home.
Which I will say, Azathoth, their last 3 finals, it was 4-0 and the rest of them were 4-2. So could Azathoth be trying to get another 4-2 coming out? That would be funny.
You might be onto something there. We'll have to see. As I think that, speaking of trends, if I'm not mistaken, I think the trend is the first team to score wins the game. I think that's been true all 5 games here.
I think no, Game 3, Desolation finally scored first, and Azathoth won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
For one at least though, 80%. That's still the teams that score first and win 80% of the games. That's 100% true statistic. You can take that home and tell your coaches.
But yeah, I mean, this is looking incredible for both sides. It's going to be great to see how they come into this Game 6, and it's honestly scary. We don't know how either of these teams...
Oh, a sub.
Okay.
Wicked, he's subbing out.
Wicked subbing out for King, and King is no slouch. I mean, he played amazing last season. The only thing that made him struggle at all was, pretty sure the internet was his biggest struggle last season. But he was dominating on the field, even with lagging. So
crazy time to make a substitution though here, right? You were up 3-1, now you're 3-2. Is still a relatively contested affair. Now stepping away for the sub. We'll have to see how fast they can come into this game, this whole series, which, as we've been saying, Boa, has been speeding up here. This will be a tough challenge for anyone to come in and substitute.
it will be, but I mean, I know that this dude, it's Devo. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of somebody for the other team that they played. But Devo is no slouch either. I mean, we saw that he played many of the matches. I think 32 games played. And you know he hasn't just been sitting there waiting for his time to get in. He's definitely been in free play this whole time.
He actually has the highest shooting percentage of his teammates there. Crazy stats. So maybe they're bringing in the finisher here to close out Game 6 and the series. But we'll have to see as the opening kickoff is going the way of Desolation this time.
Yeah, and we're seeing Gizmo and Flexi trying to hook up each other. And it's going to be great. And we do see Devo missing right there. But you got to think of this as the warm-up match. Mm-hmm. Gizmo and Flexi it seems like they're pushing harder this game. Maybe they don't trust as much for him, because I mean, Wicked has been their leading man, or part of their solid 3, but they gotta, I don't know if it's a trust issue or not, but they gotta trust him. I mean.
It's going to be very interesting to see here because you said, yeah, this is the warm-up game. After this, it's game 7, right? Like, there's not a lot of time in this series to get warmed up and get up to speed here, and momentum will be huge for Desolation if they can win 2 straight here to keep themselves alive. And we'll have to see, though, another opening minute gone by with no goals, a trend so far this series, as both sides just look to maintain sustained pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I am looking, and this is looking great. And what a demo there! Only if somebody was able to follow that up would have been even better. But that was a great play there by Flexi. Can Yoza finish that? But no, Gizmo's there to shut it down. And we're seeing a great side from both teams. They're playing aggressive. The demos are coming out heavy, and none of them are afraid to try and push the limits of this game. I mean,
Oh God, why is this working? He's got 0 boost. He just goes for a shot. Defense forced to make a save there. Almost 2 minutes gone by without any goals. This is looking like that game 4, which went all the way to overtime.
it is looking exactly like that, but we do know how that game 4 ended, so hopefully it's different if you're looking at it from the Desolation side. But, I mean, Azathoth would love to see it happen that way again.
So much pressure from Desolation, but they're double committing. They're setting too many cars forward. They gotta maintain and be settled here. Otherwise, it's just gonna give chances for Azathoth to strike back. It's now into Flexi. Big demo from Yoza, though. Let's see if Devoro could come in here. Pinch is going to come down. Kind of hard for Taco Stains to deal with. Well, they've started it for Gizmo, who passes it back here. Both teams. This substitution, I got to say, has thrown off the momentum both ways here, as it's just been struggling to get any leads.
Yeah, and I did read earlier that it's not Devoro, it's Devo.
Devo.
It's Devo RL, yeah. I read that earlier when I said it.
Oh, big bump.
So, I mean, he's coming in here. I mean, it's not like he's playing bad. It's still a scoreless game. And he put a shot up right there. It's just, both teams are playing incredible. And, you know, looking at it from the Desolation standpoint, they're just seeing a guy who hasn't played this whole time coming in. You don't know how he's going to come in. If he's going to be good, bad, hot, cold. You don't know. I mean, it's hard to just judge that, really and truly.
I mean, there's so many chances for Desolation, but no one's there to finish them in. Oh, double commit. But the save comes through from Devo, and now a double demo. Clear the way. Oh, still stuck in the midfield. It's Taco Stains keeping this one in for ACP. Trying to go slow here. Got the pinch off the corner, but no teammates there to follow up. Desolation are getting chances, but no one's there to actually tuck them away. Now they're getting demoed here. Shots coming off their own backboard. It's a 0 boost Yoza trying to clear it off their teammate. ACP keeps it going through the corner again. Pinch, high, slow. Can anyone come in for the follow? It's Taco Stains to go for 2 off the backboard. Can't get that there. It's Yoza with the shot. The net's open. Desolation take a lead.
Yoza there being perfectly placed to finish that off with a great pass by Taco Stains. And unfortunately, Gizmo is not able to make it to them. But could this be a game 7 for this elite?
Well, don't jinx it either way here, Boa. This series has been delivering on all sides, and now it's a pass to play up to Gizmo off the backboard. Devo trying to get in here, get some shots to their name, can't find them.
And great shot there. Unfortunately, Yoza is there, but I mean, they're keeping constant pressure. You're not seeing either team back off right now, because I mean, why would we? This Desolation team needs to come in there with some more momentum than just a 1-goal victory. And, this is a save by Gizmo. Okay. I saw Taco Stains there. I didn't see anyone under him until very late. But, I mean, it's hard to say who's going to win this. I know there's still 24 seconds left, but it could go anyone's way.
Certainly go anyone's way here, but a big beat by ACP will shave so much time off the clock. Flexi, low boost, just tries to fire it away. It's Devo, but Taco State's coming off the ceiling here. Everyone is just running out of boost, and oh, big double commit from Desolation. They're scrambling back to get on defense to maintain this just 1-goal lead. It's Gizmo with a high ball, beat out. The ball's gonna come down. We're going to game 7.
Great play there for everybody included. I mean, you never want to call it. And this is going to be an amazing... Oh, sub again. We're getting another sub. I mean, maybe Wicked had to go do something. I'm not sure. But that was a great play there from both teams. I mean, it was only a 1-goal game. That's good pressure or good momentum coming in for either side. You never want
Another,
to just. Huh?
another substitution. Devo stepped in, played a game, and now he's back out for Wicked.
Wicked must have had to go use the bathroom or something. That's the only thing I could think of, but.
Restart the router?
Something.
Something.
I mean.
That's crazy, though. You sub out a player in Game 6, you lose by 1 goal, and now you bring him back in Game 7?
Yeah, which, I mean, Devo did not play bad. I think he was the number 2 in points, right? Yeah, I mean.
Only a little bit, 4 points.
Hey. Second place
Hey,
is second place.
Second place, yeah, second place is second place. But remember, you carry from the bottom. That's proper lifting form. And so, Game 7, Boa, we have to talk about this. The whole season, Azathoth's chance at a 4-peat, a third ticket for Tech 4 and Mythos, comes down to just a single Game 7.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're either going to watch history be made or an upset for the ages. And here it is, facing off. We got ACP going with Flexi, the 2 biggest names on each team, definitely. And Taco Sam's beating in great play by Gizmo to finish that off. And, I mean, Wicked has to come in here and prove something right now. Because the game he was in, they lost worse than the one with Devo.
True, but I mean, this is really, it all comes down to this game, right? Your entire season does not matter. What matters is these next 4.5 minutes, and these touches are not quite it. Yoza opens the scoring in 27 seconds.
The Yoza and Taco Cat team have been playing amazing. ACP's been locking the defense up, but then you just see them 2 coming down. It's barely failed, honestly.
4 minutes, 33 seconds. Can Desolation do it? This kickoff will go right to Wicked. Coming off the bench, coming in with boost, trying to get the 50. Flexi, miscue, ACP getting a big clear out. It's on to Gizmo, last back here. Tries to control it. Almost getting muscled off the ball here. And we find ourselves in the Azathoth corner. So much time to battle back from this. But as the clock continues to tick down, the pressure will continue to build.
Yes, and I know we were saying earlier that ACP was a clear favorite for, and a bump right there by teammates. But if Desolation does win, who would their MVP be? I mean, all 3 of them have been amazing with each other. Yoza could be up there. ACP could be up there. Even Taco Stains could be up there. I mean, they've just played, they are on top of each other there, but.
I mean, might be kind of corny, but I mean, they played the whole season as 3. When it makes sense for them to be all 3 MVPs. They've all been stepping up here, but there's still so much time for cracks to form and be punished, because right now it's Azathoth getting demos, getting shots, and now finally Desolation almost getting clears, but that's a big shot from midfield. Flexi trying to get a redirect, gets it cleared now to Wicked with 0 boost, look to center. Ball comes back now to Flexi once again, going for a solo play. Defense is holding on for dear life.
Yeah, and I'm reading the chat, and Desolation is turtling as much as possible. There's no reason for them not to. They just need this. They need to win. I mean, that's the only thing they can do right now is win. If they lose, series finale. I mean,
it's crazy. We got Mythos, we got Venturizon, and we're all comparing them to Snapping Turtles. It's the wrong time. Jungle. We're here as ACP looks to keep the ball in the midfield. Gizmo now will pass it towards a teammate. Oh, that'll be a shot wide. Yoza flipping by it for a boost, getting demoed. Great screen for a couple seconds. No chance to punish the power play as ACP will pop this up for a solo play. 2v2 action here. Flexi up early though, getting the save.
And it's still a push considering Taco Cat Stain's just sitting there. And Gizmo's able to stop it, fine, of course. But Yosa's there underneath. Great read by him. And, I mean, both sides are playing well. And we're talking about the turtling, but now all 3 of these players are up field. I mean, it's very confusing how they are, or what they're trying to do. And almost an own goal there by Wicked. So, you never know what's coming out of this team. honestly.
Oh, but a huge passing play to Yoza with another shot. Oh, just high off the crossbar. That could have been it. And Azathoth hanging in. Oh boy, they're hanging in by their fingernails. Just one goal still. Minute 45 on the clock. Gizmo, not enough boost to deal with it. It comes to Wicked. The passing play to Flexi off the sidewall. Whiffs it. Taco Stains back the other way. Gets the beat. ACP has an open F. They get the shot. They can't do so. A demo. It's open. Gizmo taking the time. They made it take it too long here, though. No.
Yes.
They get it. It's a tied game.
Gizmo, I said yes, but that's because I want to see this I want to see this overtime, Game 7 overtime. One of the best things to happen in all of Rocket League. I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't like to see that.
Oh man, we could see it though, but with 90 seconds, still anything can happen. ACP across the field, Taco Stains trying to get the shot. Gizmo too fast for it. Wicked and Yoza both flying up for that one. Flexi too, just trying to keep this one away. ACP beat out in the midfield. Taco Stains has some space to work with here. Took too long. Oh, actually fakes the pass Gizmo, but it's kept in by Flexi. That's a double commit from Desolation. Shot not there, but it comes in from Wicked down to Flexi. The touchdown, Taco Stains with the clear.
Unfortunately, Flexi does not finish that. I felt that was going to be on goal if he touched it. An amazing play there. Taco Stain did bump Wicked, unfortunately not able to get a shot on goal. But, this has been a great series, no matter who wins. It's been great. I mean, both teams have played their absolute hardest. You've seen sub in, sub out. You've seen almost a Brazil in the first game, correct? I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they turned it around so well that they're in contention
Big demo.
to reverse sweep. I mean,
Oh, I'm getting scared here though, Boa. And now we're getting a chance the other way. It's Yoza trying to pass at ACP. The 50 through. Yoza kind of awkward. Gizmo will turn this one around. 8 seconds left in regular time. We're in the Azathoth corner here. And Taco Stains flying right by here, trying to center it. Flexi will carry this one out. I think we're going to go to OT here. One last passing play. No! Overtime!
And that is the end of regulation.
Oh! Boa, I'm so excited for this one!
I feel like a kid in a candy shop right now.
Oh boy, Taco Stains got the beat pass too. It's up to Gizmo here, trying to read this one coming off the ceiling here. Not the best touch though. ACP with the bounce shot, almost getting the dunk in there. It's Taco Stains in the corner.
These RSC finals have been too good to me. I mean, I've been part of amazing stuff, and this has been great as well. But either way this goes, I'm gonna be happy. There's no reason not to be. These have just been such good matches. And Yoza's able to get there. Taco Stains finishes. ACP up. Gizmo up as well. And then you just see Flexi sitting back. They're staying calm, cool, and collected. And we said that earlier. But you can't help but worry a little bit about the season. I mean, it's riding on you to be the first 4P ever in a 32-man. I mean, I definitely would be nervous.
Just gotta think about the game, gotta think about the goals, gotta think about the saves here. Flexi, not the best touch. It's up for Taco Stains with the touchdown.
Oh.
Blocked by Flexi. Yoza flying in here. It's off the crossbar for ACP with the shot. Blocked by Wicked. It comes down to Taco Stains. Needs to take this off their own back wall, but Wicked's there first. Shot in the corner. Yoza with the clear.
And we see ACP going off the wall. Flexi not having the boost to stay with it. But he does get a bump. And Gizmo does miss. But Wicked, oh my gosh. It's open.
3v1. No one has the ball though!
Wait, does ACP have the boost for this? He does. And there's no one else up there for it. Great play there from both sides. Able to turn that attack into a counter attack and almost does it back to him. I mean, the amount of Uno reverse cards coming into this are incredible.
Oh, this is getting crazy. So many near misses, near finishes. 2 minutes of OT, a pinch center. ACP will bounce this off the sidewall to Yoza here, trying to get a 50. They've pushed it through. The desperate defense from Azathoth keeping the clear. Taco Stains a high center, now looking for demos. It's ACP flying in, gets beat out. We're going back the other way. Wicked will get possession first. Yoza gets 50'd on. Wicked picks up the 100. They're looking for the pass. Teammates are not there yet though, and Wicked coming down. No, it's up to Taco Stains. They've beaten the defense here, but Flexi gets back just in time.
And this is incredible, and that is a great touch. Is that going to be in? And Taco Stains able to stop it, but we do see Wicked back to it. I mean, the pressure being put on by both of these teams consistently is incredible. And Gizmo and Flexi there again. It, it I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I don't know what other word to say. And what a way to finish it.
The try get it over. Azathoth will complete the 4-peat in dramatic overtime fashion here in Game 7.
This is RSC right now. I mean, I think that's the best series I've ever been a part of, and I'm glad to have been. I mean, 4-peat history right now in the making, and that great. I mean, you look at the points; it's spread really well across. ACP with so many saves, but then you look at Azathoth; they've had amazing amount of saves that game. They had everything they needed. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That just was incredible.
I'm actually sweating here, and the Desolation players are sitting in the lobby. I imagine it's a moment of contemplation. They went the whole season together. They went the whole playoffs together. They battled back from being down 3-1 to push us to Game 7 and just fell short in overtime. You have to consider massive condolences for Desolation. They did so much work here, but when it mattered most in the high pressure situation, it was Flexi and it was Wicked who closed it out.
Yeah, I mean, amazing play from everyone on the field. Props to ACP, props to every player on that team, Taco Stains and Yoza. I mean, you know as well as I do, we are having to make a tough call with what I'm about to say. But who won MVP?
Gotta be Wicked. I have to say it's gotta be Wicked.
I
Leaving
don't
out especially.
I don't know though. Flexi was consistently through. He played all games. I know they did take Wicked out, and he had the own goal. So
Flexi was amazing, but you have to consider the other factors there. Wicked left after a Game 5 loss, had to sit on the bench for Game 6, comes back in Game 7, and gets the finishing goal. It's so hard to tell, but that little bit of extra sauce there, I'd have to give it to Wicked. But Flexi is like, it's so neck and neck for me, Boa.
I know, but you got to think Flex. As I'm reading in the chat, Flexi kept the pressure. I mean, you saw him putting a team's worth of pressure against that team the whole time. I mean, he he put pressure on the entire team by himself.
Well, we'll leave it to the majority then. I'm going to respect everyone in the play. They put their hearts into this game. And I think we sometimes do votes at RSC for the MVP. So, I mean, chat does favor Flexi. I know you favor Flexi. I'm going to rep my boy Wicked. But seriously, though, Azathoth, the Mythos, Tech 4, another cap to their season.
Yeah, I mean, amazing part of history has been made in RSC. The second team to ever 4-peat and the first to do it in a 32-man team. And then you cap onto the fact that now Tech 4's franchise has three teams put together. I mean, there's not much else you can say.
I mean, we've been saying it that whole series. They put their hearts out there. They won it when it mattered most. So serious congratulations to Azathoth, our RSC Season 19 Elite Champions Grand Final winners, and also shout out as well to the Slow Starfish who won it earlier on our Challenger Finals. But I believe that's it. Toucans won it. Toucans won, Charlie? I
Yes.
was there for it. It's so late. I'm literally dying here. I'm gonna go for too long here. Toucans won that.
Toucans won.
Toucans won. I wasn't even there for that. Oh man, we all need to go to bed here, Boa. Thank you for casting with me. Carnage as well for coming in earlier.
We
We
are.
got an interview with Tech 4. Oh boy, this is like just getting better and better. I'm losing my mind in the booth.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to him right now, and we do plan on getting Tech 4. I mean, He's come out here. He's been incredible, and I think we got him in here now. So Tech, how does it feel to be a three-time or three chips right now?
Oh my God, it's. I mean, I'm speechless, guys. I'm man.